Break, we told you about HISD's recommendations for teacher non-renewal, saying that those ensure accuracy and fairness in its evaluation system of its teachers. But the Houston Federation of Teachers, the union that represents public school employees, seriously questions that assessment. Joining us live to talk about it is Andy Dewey with HFT. Andy, thanks for being here to weigh on this. We'll start with the validity of this appraisal method that will be used to measure the effectiveness of teachers. Do teachers feel supported by HISD to get the outcomes that the district is demanding?
Teachers are scared to death of this appraisal system. It's a new system under an old name, and they come in and teachers are appraised by, should be their main appraiser, but oftentimes it's multiple people, and they have to go through a checklist basically of how to teach within a period of 5 to 10 minutes, and they are giving these spot evaluations, which are used later on to determine whether or not they're going to be renewed. They are afraid of the system. They do not feel supported. The district will tell you that they have what's called active coaching, which means they interrupt the teacher while teaching and give them pointers on how to do things. It completely breaks the flow of the lesson. These points that they score on these evaluations are added up, and if they don't reach a certain level, they're going to get non-renewed.
And Andy, there's also concern about teachers being non-renewed because of legitimate absences. What are you hearing from teachers about that probability?
Well, teachers are given a set number of days every year, depending on how long they've been teaching, 10 or 15, which seems like a lot, and, it really is. But the issue is the non-discretionary absences. The absence is that we would call sick days or emergency days. You have a flat tire, your car breaks down, you're sick, your kids are sick, and they can sometimes just really add up on the teacher to no fault of their own. After 10, they're going to be talked to about it, and if they go beyond the number of days they're given, they're quite frankly going to be told that they could be up for non-renewal. Even if they've accumulated, 20 or 30 or 40 days over their career, those days will be worthless to them.
I did ask HISD to go on camera with us today to discuss the criteria involved here. They did decline, pointing me instead to their press release, which states, Andy, the number of teachers being non-renewed is significantly smaller than it was last year. How do you view that assessment? Is there any consolation in that at all? What do you think?
We had 38 in April, and there's still May to come, and they've been doing this really since December. So those numbers seem very, very small to me. It kind of struck me that the HISD handout said that teachers are being non-renewed by their schools. And frankly, their contract is not with their school. It's not with the principal of the school. The contract is with HISD. And in the past, quite frankly, they would go through a process to have their files looked over. It would go through human resources. It would go through legal. And then the superintendent would make a recommendation to the board. I just don't see where any oversight is. If the district itself is saying the principals are making the decision, and the superintendent turns around and based on this bad evaluation or maybe a bad relationship between the principal and the teacher, all of a sudden these people are being recommended for non-renewal. Is there no one in HR that knows what they're doing anymore? What happened to the legal department? Are they just being shoved aside? The fact that the district itself says that the schools are making a decision, even though they're not part of the contract, instead of the district, is really just showing us the incompetence level going on at the district level right now.
We'll continue to watch how HISD proceeds with all of this. Andy Dewey with Houston Federation of Teachers, thanks for joining us and sharing your perspective this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Lisa.